Agent Ford, I want to ask you some questions now where I began a little bit earlier about you interviewing Mr. Williams, and specifically about some of those interviews. The first interview that you had with Mr. Williams, as you just heard, the questions being asked was about a little after 6 o'clock on the day of the event, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And in interviewing him in that interview, he did not tell you at any time what he believed was the reason why the child got injured, did he?
I don't know exactly what he said as far as like time frame between the first and second interview.
Do you have your notes from that you make notes for the interview, do you not?
I have a summary of the summarization of the interview, yes.
Yes, I have. It's called Exhibit 12, and it has pages 1 through 8. Do you have that with you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Can you step down and get those interview notes for each one of the interviews?
I have it up here with me.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, the first interview, if you could turn to page 6 of that interview.
Okay.
And if you could read me the last 2 paragraphs of that, am I correct that in that you're giving a rendition sort of about what happened, and he doesn't tell you anything about a fall or anything of that nature?
I might have had them out of order. Give me just a minute.
Okay.
All right. You said page 6?
Yes.
Can you tell me what the paragraph starts with, please?
Well, getting to really, I guess there's 3 paragraphs, but there's one, the bottom 3 paragraphs, 2 are just one-line paragraphs, but the bigger paragraph before the 2 lines that finish up that page, do you see where it starts, Williams left the dorm?
Yes, sir, I do.
And can you see as well where it says, Williams recalled the time being 12:29, Williams was not able to immediately answer, and Poague called again. He's talking about the telephone call where she's telling about the child being in distress. Williams could hear Poague saying JD multiple times.
Yes,
Williams,
sir.
You see all that?
Yes, sir.
Williams went inside the dorm room and asked what happened. Poague responded, I don't know. And the next comment is, the next sentence, it says, Williams grabbed Romeo and drove Romeo to the hospital in Williams' car. And the next one says, Williams had nothing further to provide at this time. That paragraph seems to indicate he didn't tell you anything about what caused the injury, did he?
Not in that paragraph, no, sir.
How about in the whole interview?
I'd have to go back. You'll have to forgive me. It's been 2 years. I don't remember exactly what he said. Every word in the first interview and the second interview. It's just a accumulation of all the interviews. I'd have to review it.
I'm going to come back to the first one in a minute then. But if you could go to the second interview in that same night that I believe was the one that ended up ending about 12:25 in the morning.
Okay. Give me just a second, please.
Yes.
Okay, I've located it.
And it's a 4-page summary that you did for that particular date of January 14th, beginning 10:54, correct?
Yes, sir.
If you would, turn to page 4 of that exhibit, please.
Okay.
And on the first full paragraph, if you could read for the jury, what's the very first line in the first real paragraph in that particular page? What does it say?
The interviews, the summaries print out a little bit different, so
Okay.
if you'll just tell me what it starts
Sorry, it starts, Williams did not know how.
with. Okay, I'm with you.
If you could read that for the jury, please.
Williams did not know how Romeo, JD, could have been injured. Williams denied causing any physical harm to Romeo, which is JD. Agent Ford provided contact information for William in case Williams needs to contact Agent Ford for any reason.
So that paragraph establishes, at least in that second interview, that same night when this occurred, that he said he did not know how the injury occurred, correct?
No, yes, sir, that's what it says.
Now, you just heard him say he told you about how it happened, that he told you it was caused by a fall. If that had been told to you, would you have put it in this interview summary?
I would like to say yes, that I might have, but the summary is just a summary, so it's not going to be a transcription of it. I can't say that I would have put everything in there, but I would like to think that I would.
I mean, that's an important piece of information. If someone's claiming a fall caused it, you'd want to notate that, would you not?
Theoretically, generally speaking, yes.
Now, going back to the first interview, and I'm going to ask you if you'll please just thumb through it and look through it. If you can tell me in any place in that first interview where you believe that he told you anything about what occurred that caused this injury to happen.
Okay.
If he says anything about a fall or claims it's something else, if you would. I understand you hadn't had a chance to look at it till I put you back up here, but take your time and do that, and then I'll ask you a question, okay?
Okay. I don't, I've completed reading that.
And you didn't see anything where he said anything about the child falling, did you?
I didn't see that in my summary, but again, it's a summarization. That doesn't mean it wasn't said in the audio.
So you're saying there's some possibility that he might have said it to you, but you just didn't find it important enough to put in either one of your summary investigatory notes?
I'm not saying that it wasn't important enough for me to put in there. I'm just telling you I don't know if it's in the audio or not. It's not mentioned in this summary.
So that part we do know. You've got two sets of notes concerning the interviews, and neither one mentions him saying anything about a fall, correct?
I haven't fully reviewed the other one yet.
Well, you saw the ending where it said he said he didn't know anything about how he got injured, correct?
There was that paragraph, yes.
Yes. Now, the third interview, do you have notes from it or anything with it?
I should, yes, sir.
Now, that interview, you recall, he just testified that, yes, his sister did come into the room with him to be, well, he was being questioned and she came in the room while you were there, correct?
Yes.
And then he stated that he was not interviewed, or he stepped out of the room while she was in there. Do you remember him saying that?
Yes, I do.
Now, you have a recording of that particular interview, do you not?
I don't remember if it was just audio recorded or video recorded.
Well, I can represent to you, I've got it over here that can be played and may happen, but you have no reason to believe that it's possible that you had the audio and video,
It was
correct?
either audio or video recorded.
Okay. And if I tell you that I believe that that interview was 59 minutes and 17 seconds, would you agree that that sounds about the length of time it took for that particular time?
I mean, I have no reason to disagree. I'd have to look it up.
Would you disagree with me that 39 minutes and 53 seconds of that video show both Ashante and Jay in the room with you while you were at least conversing with them?
I don't remember how long they were both in there together.
I'd ask for permission to show the entire video and ask this agent if she can authenticate it and then play it for the jury.
Well, just
Your Honor, I don't think that that is the correct approach to, I mean...
I don't know if you could play the whole audio, but I mean, if you have video, I guess...
Without video.
Okay, so you want to show the video to demonstrate that the sister was in the room.
What I would like to do, Your Honor, with it is to play it and start it with the period when Ashante shows up into the room, because the rest is not anything I'm really questioning about, and it will show a time period for when that occurred, and
Okay.
then be able to show from there forth who is in the room for the remainder of the period.
I think you're allowed to do that. I don't think you can play the audio because you have to call the witnesses if there's going to be a testimony.
And I'm fine with that.
But I would suggest periodically moving it up, or maybe show the beginning and the end point or something of that nature.
I think, Your Honor, if she says that she doesn't remember, that the correct approach to that would be to allow her to refresh her memory,
By
and that's
seeing
not
it,
something
right?
you would do by playing it in front of the jury. Now, we can all sit in here and he can let her look at it on a computer, but I don't think that I mean, if the point is that he, wants the jury to see this going on, I mean, he has to, like, for instance, if it were a statement, you would not say, here, to refresh your memory, read this statement aloud to the jury. You would say, read this statement to yourself. And having read this statement, does it now refresh your memory? So you could give Agent Ford an opportunity to review the video, and then he can ask her, having now reviewed it, does it refresh your memory?
I'm fine with that.
Instead of playing it in front of the presence,
We'll let
in the
her
presence of the jury.
We'll let her refresh her memory outside the presence of the jury then.
Thank you.
I'll let you step into the jury room, please, for hopefully not more than 10 minutes.
We still want to start with the whole thing. And then we'll move to it.
Grab that door. All right, let's see if somebody can call up the video.
Start point of it before you go. Just stop it right there if you would. Agent Ford, as you see on the screen right now, you can see that there's a video that appears to show you and Mr. Williams, correct?
Correct.
Does that appear to be the interview room where at one point you had interviewed Mr. Williams?
Yes, that's correct.
And then it's got some timeline dates on it at the bottom. Is that an accurate date for when the interview occurred, or is that just when it was saved, or do you know?
I want to say the date was in January. I can't give you if it's accurate on the system. Sometimes it reboots and things like that, so I can't tell you that.
Well, let me ask you this. That particular interview, I know you did two at or around the hospital with him, correct? On the day of.
That's correct.
And that's not in that location, is it?
Correct.
So it'd be fair to state that this is the third interview that we're looking at here.
Yes, sir, it would.
And
If you I mean, if you let her look at her summary from the interview, I imagine she can look at the first line of it and tell you when the interview occurred, regardless of what that timestamp says there.
That's fine. Well, what does it say on your summary as when the date was? I mean, I wasn't really too concerned with that, but I'm fine with that.
If you give me just a minute, please.
It's number 44.
Yeah, January 26th in the top left-hand corner, it says that may be more likely to be the right date. But
That's more accurate with what I remember. Yes, January 26, 2024 at 9:51 a.m.
okay, so that's the beginning of that interview, and I want to, if I could, so can you testify and state that it appears to be an authentic copy of the interview you're about to conduct with Mr. Williams?
Yes, sir.
What you see so far, and if I can, you know, begin to play it without the audio, and I'm going to ask you to be okay. Play it for just a minute, just to show.
I mean, we're just showing it for her to refresh her memory, so, and the jury's not in here. So
Yeah. If you would move it, just move it kind of fast forward in here. You see you're in here interviewing him solo at the moment, correct?
Correct.
And now we're moving the timeline up to first few minutes, same thing. Keep on. All right, do you hold it right there? Do you recognize who is entering the room now?
Yes.
And who is that?
That's Mr. Williams' sister.
So his sister comes in with him. Is that Ashante Burr?
Yes, it is.
And now she's about to have a seat, and that is showing what time on the video?
Oh.
1935?
Approximately 20 minutes into the interview. Yes.
Huh? And if you would now play just scoot it on through in a reasonable fashion where it's not just flying, but enough to see what's going on. Okay. Would you agree with me that roughly from that 20-minute period until the end of the video that Ashante Burr and the brother remain in the room together as you're sitting there with them at the table?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay. That's the,
All right.
the part I need. I will ask those follow-up questions from you.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I need.
All right, then you can take that down, and we'll bring the jury back in. All right, Mr. Gamble, you can continue your cross-examination.
Agent Ford, I understand that it's been almost 2 years since you were initially involved in this case and interviewing people and whatnot. But since we took a break, have you had an opportunity to review a video dated from January 26, 2025, in which you were interviewing Mr. Williams?
I reviewed January 26, 2024.
I'm sorry, 2024. Yes, I'm sorry, 2024.
Yes,
correct?
I did.
And that was viewed just visually without any audio playing, correct?
Correct.
but the date coincided with the notes that you had that was the proper date for that third interview, correct?
Correct.
And we went through it showing you on the screen where it began until it ended on both visually watching it and a timeline as far as how much time it was taking, correct?
Correct.
And at some point during the video, Miss Ashante Burr, the sister of Mr. Williams, comes into the room with you and Mr. Williams, correct?
Correct.
And I believe when we were talking about that earlier, it was around the 20-minute time frame of the film, correct?
Correct.
It was a little short of that, but close enough to round it off, right?
Approximately, yes, sir.
And then from that point on, it showed video that all three of you remained in the room until the interview ceased, correct?
Correct.
Which, if I'm correct on how much time it was for the entire interview, it was about 40 minutes of them being together, correct? Or you can look at your notes, and I think you'll probably have where you began and ended the interview, correct?
Yeah, so we started at 9:51. Looks like we ended around 10:50 approximately. That's about an hour, so 60 minus 20.
So it's close, right? 20 minutes and 39 or something in that range, right?
Correct.
Now, and you heard Mr. Williams just testify that he did not remain in the room once you began.
Objection, Your Honor, asking this witness to comment on or otherwise characterize the testimony of another witness is improper.
Mr. Gamble, you can state your question without asking her to comment on the other witnesses.
I will, yeah. The video evidence that you saw conclusively shows to you that for 40 minutes those two were together with you in that room, correct?
Correct.
That's all the questions I have for this agent.
You need to redirect this agent on those matters.
No, sir.
All right. You step that down, Agent Ford.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. All right, Mr. Gamble, you can call your next witness. What's the name?
Jenna is Newsom, I believe, isn't it?